Listen,
You
it's
and it's so thick and pretty. Mm.
thank you, girl. It's probably about to end up in a ponytail, though.
But you
How
got the ability.
What's going on? Okay, so unfortunately today I got a hard stop. So let's
Okay.
dive on in.
Yeah, yeah. Come on,
What's
come
going on and what do we want to focus on today?
Yeah, yeah, everything's going on. I have so many wins. I'm just trying to get on my computer. So just give
Mhm.
me a moment. That's the wrong password.
I love that every time I see you, it's color, like the braids, the glasses. I'm
Yeah,
here for
thank you. Okay, almost there. One moment. Un momento, por favor. Okay, switching.
it. Okay.
Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so wins, wins, wins. And then the focus would be just to give me some guidance and assistance on things that I need to be thinking about that I may not be thinking about because this is new to me. Okay,
Okay.
so when I shared that I had the opportunity that's going to happen in August for
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah. Mm-hmm.
topic. So I had the conversation with the leader on Saturday, and that went really good. So that's going to be announced within the next couple of weeks. And so very excited about that. Also, share with you the 40-hour book opportunity. And I can't remember if I told you this, but I did end up getting in contact with the author who I was like, your book is beautiful as far as like the cover and everything, just thinking
Mm-hmm.
about because that was the one that I actually ended up getting the sponsorship advertisement in my
Okay.
view. Talk about alignment, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's you sent me that one. Mm-hmm.
At 1:43 a.m. And so she actually is the illustrator.
Oh,
So I will
wow.
call with her tomorrow at
Amazing. Okay,
7:30. Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited about all of this. Okay.
Yes, right. And so she's going to know the cost and like in her own publishing for the 3D and what that means, because not only has she published multiple books through them, but she also helps other authors as well. So,
Beautiful.
yeah. So I
Okay.
I need your prep for that. And then I'm going to put something in the chat so you can take a look at that. This is another opportunity that is happening. And that is going to be, it's not, the date isn't finalized yet, but it's going to be happening in, hold on a second, in
Okay.
either October, like leading right up to the last couple of days of October, or either the week after Afrotech.
Okay.
And ooh, hold on a second. Almost there. And so this came from one of my colleagues in It's Been a Zoo at work. I was going to have all these links ready and escalations on top of escalations. But I made time for me. So
And I'm proud of you.
okay. And so go ahead and copy that. And so when I was in Atlanta back in December, I read the opening to the executive reset, and she was like, I gotta have you. And this is after she asked Bethany to be a part of the summit. And so then during the AI or summit, she was like, "Oh my gosh, Aisha." She goes, "You were on fire." So if you click on the link, like you could just scroll past like the people, but the replay is there. And I'm
Okay.
waiting on the extraction so that way I can have mine and then all the clips and stuff and push it out to my colleagues.
Love,
And
love.
so I'm going to be in that summit as well.
Let's go.
And so it's gonna be in Dallas and and I'm moving to Dallas.
Are you?
Yes.
Listen, so my brother's there.
Oh, is
I need to
he?
buy my ticket because my snickerdoodle's birthday is the 16th and I ain't bought my
Oh,
ticket, but I
oh,
said I'm
February?
getting it. So I say all that to say I'm there a lot. So
Okay.
okay, good.
Yes, love it, love it. Yes. So that's gonna happen in September. My lease is up September 30th, but I want to get there September 1st.
Okay,
If
get set up.
yeah, get settled, especially because like the end of the quarter, the end of the fiscal year is September 30th, and I don't want to have that stress of moving at the same time. So give myself a buffer. And
Okay.
so I'm gonna tell my leadership on in May. So that was the
Okay.
timing that I heard from the Lord. And they're gonna be heartbroken because I'm a daughter to them. But just
And they
honoring.
also should support that and love you
Yeah,
like fly.
absolutely.
Mm,
Absolutely. As hard as it may be, they know
mm.
I hear from God. And as difficult as it would be for them to release, relationships will still, will stay the same. They'll just be different. So,
Yeah.
yeah. But so excited about that. So when I'll be living there when it happens. So that's really cool.
Hey. Okay,
Yeah.
alignment.
Yes, right. You slow down
Let's
in order to
go.
speed up. Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
loving all of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it started off with like, oh, I need you to be there to when she heard the session, my AI session, she was like, oh my gosh, she sent me like this long text and she was just like the fire, da 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 da. And so then she was like, she wants me to be on a panel on main stage with her that Bethany will moderate and myself and another one of the ladies from our cohort. Now, I was talking to her last night and just remembered that when we were in Atlanta, we were in Bean. One of my colleagues at UKG lives there and took us
Mm-hmm.
through. Oh yeah, so that's where we were trying to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
And so he rented golf carts for us. And there was something in me, not because of the people that I was with, but I just felt like to be in their cart. So I literally left my go-kart and got in their go-kart.
Hey.
Yeah, and Terry was driving it. And as I thought about it yesterday, I'm like, it was Terry, it was Kat, and it was me, and it was Bethany's daughter.
Oh.
Alignment. At that point, we had no idea. So fast forwarding, she was like, okay, no, I need you on main stage. And then we started talking. I did give her some strategy about like how she should reconsider how she was mapping out her breakout sessions. I said for AI, I said I really feel like you should just keep Bethany on the main stage because it's so important and not limit it just to 50 women being able to see it. I said, but
Mm-hmm.
then that opens up another room for you. Now you can have 4 tracks running instead of 3. So, and
Mm-hmm.
then she's like, well, I don't know what to do. I was like, well, I could do a session. And
Mm-hmm.
so she was like, okay.
There we have it.
Yeah, exactly. And then she might have a really, really, she's waiting on the details, a really profound woman that we all adore and respect, or if we don't know, like when we hear a name, we're like, oh, that
Mm-hmm.
could be the keynote. And so I was telling her about my connection to her work and how I was empowered by her at Black Enterprise Women Power Summit in 2023, came back and created a course for our internal 80-ish women around what she shared. And she was like, oh my gosh. She goes, will she come? I want you to introduce her. I was like, okay. Like, I know, just like all this amazingness. So CCC will be ready to go by then. And if that happens, then there's 3 points that, the crowd will be able to see and experience me. And, that's a lot of warm leads. And then I'll have my book done by then as well. So trying to think if there's
Okay.
anything else that I think that's it for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I've been writing.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And in my, just time with the Lord, he's just been downloading so many things to me. So
Mm-hmm.
I have like themes. You can see like fear of the Lord, vulnerability, discernment, mercy. Even this morning, I was just being really like I could feel like my body wanted to speed up. And I was like, no, let me just take it slow and just read. Like I'm not even listening to it anymore because it could just go so fast and just letting the Holy Spirit reveal to me the words that are sticking out. And maimed came up and I was like, ooh, like what does that word mean in the Hebrew? What does it mean in the Greek? And then
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, okay, how do I then translate that over to what a daughter would experience and feeling maimed, feeling not worthy, feeling, broken, feeling missing, coming to the Lord, and then how does he restore us? So much goodness that's happening.
Okay. I'm excited about all of this.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So we have a call. tomorrow with the illustrator book person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then,
Oh no, girl, I forgot. Sorry, I didn't mean to be like
no,
girl.
go
I
ahead.
forgot another one, a big one.
What's
So
that?
there is a pitch for Afrotech.
You submitted it already?
No, it's a panel. It is a panel of powerhouseness.
Oh,
So myself, Bethany, she doesn't even know it yet. I'm gonna say her name anyway, but Dr. Tracy Marks,
okay.
she's in the AI in the second cohort that because I had an affiliate sale, so I'm now in the second one, which is just amazing because with the relationships of the same person that blessed me with my with the journal and the connections. Yeah, right. She's in that cohort, right? And I'm telling alignments, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I met Lori Holt, who's just fantastic. I don't know if she's a
I know.
executive, retired. I mean, energy is like us, like just very down to earth. She's been a executive for many of years, functioned as a fractional CEO, and
Mhm.
also has retired from corporate and has her own business and is in the place that she wants to bring those that she cares about into relationship with those people that have blessed her. And
Okay.
so, like, that's what she said in her intro. But then on Saturday's call, we were talking and she said something. I'm like, that's exactly what I was talking about in my AI session. And so then I messaged her. I'm like, the synergy is just like so real. Like we need to get together. I saw she had put in the big group chat to everyone about doing a session, a panel at Afrotech. And I was like, what if me, you, Bethany, and Dr. Tracy did one? Talking about psychological safety and leadership. And there's a term that's called AI or human in the loop rather. But we were talking about Saturday, like human being above the loop and
Mhm.
really being a provocateur to our people, my words about getting off of the bench and getting in the game because
Mhm.
this data will be what it'll be if we're not involved in it and creating it. So, and just culture again, psychological safety with Dr. Tracy being a psychiatrist and us functioning in leadership, it just feels so sweet. So we're gonna get that submitted. So
Okay. I'm here for all of this.
thank you.
Okay, so let's prioritize
Hmm.
upcoming things. So we know the book stuff is this week. Anything else? Because we're in the books again for next week too, I think. So anything else for this week?
No, nothing for this
Okay.
week.
Okay, so then let's dive in about the
Okay.
book and the
Okay.
questions that you want to make sure you get
Hmm.
um talking to. This is just for my notes, this is not for today, but your assets while speaking. Uh,
Hmm.
so I'll know to follow back up with that on our next session.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, another one.
mhm.
My friend, she used to work at UKG in media, press or corporate media, PR. And so
Okay,
she
yeah.
said that she's like, don't do any media without talking to me. She said, and it's not because you're a bad speaker. I just want to train you to make sure that you can get good sound bites. I'm like, girl, I was like, I was not even thinking that. And even if like there would be no offense because it's you and this is your profession. So absolutely. And I was like, let me know because she has a cohort. I'm like, let me know like how much your cohort would be. She was like, it's free for you. I was
I
like,
love it. Yeah. Okay,
okay.
perfect.
Mhm.
That's perfect because I was also going to talk like you can talk with her too, like her thoughts about E&O insurance, so error and omission, when somebody could say you said something you didn't say or vice versa.
Mhm.
And just having that insurance on lock so that just in case, especially with you doing more speaking. Um,
Okay.
and you can, we'll talk about that too for the next time you talk to her, but like make sure that that's on her preview for you, like if you should run through her your media releases just
Mhm.
to make sure you're covered, but always asking for your assets, any video, any pictures that they do also,
Okay.
um, as part of your compensation package, even if it is a free situation or whatever, like that is your compensation,
Mhm.
period.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, but we will definitely talk price too. But yeah, that's wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. Wonderful.
December was so dry. It was like the wilderness. And then like now we're in the promised land, right?
Yeah.
We saw the vision before, but it was tough because there were so many things going on. And I will say that all this has happened and my president of go to market. So it was Mike, my VP, who got let go, and then
Mhm.
his boss is no longer with us. And
I mean,
there's
you have to also realize those are the highest paid people.
yeah,
So
yeah,
when
yeah.
budget issues happen,
Right.
but
Yeah.
it still brings up uncertainty and fear,
Hmm.
right? Because
Hmm.
it lets you know budget issues are upon us and we
Right.
don't really know how bad they are.
Yeah.
So I am happy that you are at least still moving forward and focus in this area. Because
Hmm.
like we talked about, even if you can always do both, but you always want to be prepared to do the other in case
Right.
the other one is taken away from you because you
Hmm.
don't have control over that.
Hmm.
And so at least you know you have things in the pipeline
Hmm.
regardless of if the job is great or not. Like there's never a cap to abundance.
Hmm.
And you always want to be in the position of that so that you stay in control. My definition of CEO is clarity, execution, and ownership. And a lot of times we are able to do the C and the E with other people, but we're never able to do the other.
Right.
And
Yeah.
so being able to, because a lot of people literally put them on the back burner when things are good at work. And then when they're in crisis mode, they want this to hurry up. And you're
Mhm.
in crisis mode, you're in survival mode.
Right.
You can't think clearly. And
Yes.
you're making decisions based off scarcity and not
Hmm.
abundance. And
Hmm.
so I'm excited that the floodgates are opening, but things are being able to move so that you can still ride both waves at the same
Hmm.
time if need be, but at least you always have a O in the game, you know?
Yes, amen. And so I'm gonna need you today, ma'am, to take what you just said, that snippet, and go on live and say, I was talking to a client today and
Got it. Yes, ma'am.
okay.
And do.
Okay, so book.
Yes. So book. Um, Definitely. What questions do you are burning questions for you right now?
So here I got a couple of hold on a second. I think it's the other AI. Mm-mm. I just went through three of them.
Okay.
I'm like, which one is it? Okay. Um, so the question is definitely about price. What is that? What would a relationship look like? Contract. Um, what is the fair price range? Excuse me, it's still pricing for 3D book cover design. Definitely how do I protect my intellectual property in that contract? Who owns the final design? Because I do not want her owning it.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think that I don't know if that's typical, but I wouldn't want.
Um, so there is no current, I can double check, but last time I was updated or heard any buzz, there is no quote unquote automatic ownership except for photographers right now. So that was
Okay.
added in. And so normally they do like a licensing fee, um, so that you can own your stuff.
One time or
Illustrators,
recurring?
hmm,
One time or recurring?
it just depends on how you work it out. So like
Okay.
my photo shoot before last, we worked out a barter. I was like, listen, I love you. I will return to you. I will send people to you.
Mhm.
What does this look like? Because of course I thought it was stupid. Like it's my image. You
Right.
didn't create this. But creative, whatever, whatever. Okay, that's the law. I'm gonna rock with it. So
Mhm.
we worked it out that he was like, don't worry about it, just tag me. is whenever you post, tag my name. And I was like, bet.
Okay.
And I've been sending people to him left and right. I promote him anytime I get a chance,
Okay.
because I feel that fair is fair and right is right, right? So I will
Right.
stand um 10 toes down on my piece of that agreement.
Mm-hmm.
But when we originally approached, because my creative director knew him, I didn't know him originally.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but after working together, we got there.
Mm-hmm.
Previously, it was annual, I want to say,
Okay.
like price situation that he was offering. And it wasn't horrible, but at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, I was like, what does that look like if the pictures I've posted, I have ownership for them for the years that I paid for them, but they're out there in the internet worlds. They're on
Mm-hmm.
my website. And if
Yeah.
I no longer pay you, what does that look like? I
Right.
never had to get that far down the road, but definitely questions. Definitely, because it falls under copyright. Now, as far as I know, with images and things, they have to submit it for copyright. Um, you can submit your actual documentation and your words for copyright.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And that I definitely want to do as well.
yeah, and then because these are good questions around the illustrations. I would just ask her, "How does this work?" Let her
Mm-hmm.
give you free range, and
Mm-hmm.
then you start to pick it apart and ask more detailed questions after that.
Mm-hmm.
What as far as pricing, I'll ask her to is it like a packaging or a breakdown? So
Mm-hmm.
is it one set price for illustrations and publications? Are they separated? What is the I would basically ask for a cost breakdown structure
Okay.
um of the different things or some kind of pricing menu that she traditionally uses so that it's not like this thing where she's just making stuff up on the spot, right?
Yeah.
Um, I would even probably close out with, thanks, this has been great. I'm gonna go over everything with my copyright attorney
Mm-hmm.
and get back to you.
Okay.
Because we do have those resources that we can ask
Right.
questions to, right?
Mhm.
But also just to put her on alert, like, don't
Mhm.
play,
Right, right.
right?
It's official.
Exactly. What else? Does she have affiliate stuff? Any business person is you talk sharing my spreading the word for me and becoming an advertisement for me. Let's my guard down a little bit more. We can talk shop. I might be able to work some stuff out with you,
Mhm.
kind of nature.
Yeah.
Um, because compliments take you far. I love your work. And then you're like, let me share your work,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Um, which
And then
again is valid.
sorry, and then it was so organic because I did not know that it was her work and I was just like gushing over it to begin with.
Good,
Yeah.
good. So yeah, I mean,
Mhm.
it definitely is mutually beneficial, right? When you do these things, but it also
Mhm.
puts it out in the forefront that I do want to support you.
Mhm.
Let's see how you gonna support me.
Right.
Um, it's definitely a question I would throw in there and ask. Um, do you mind if I record? If you don't have Fathom or say some AI tool, definitely get it so you can put it in this call. If it's a Zoom.
Yeah, it's a Zoom, and actually I was the one who set it up, so
Okay,
my
good,
my
perfect.
civil will take care of it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Still ask.
And the AI companion, but I'll record it.
Okay,
Mhm.
perfect.
Mhm.
Um, so we covered pricing, we covered copywriting. Um, because this is what my brain is saying. You can get your stuff copyrighted. It's average 3 months processing time, right? Before
Okay.
you hand it over to her for publishing. Her illustrations, again, who owns that? Once I pay for these, are they
Hmm.
mine?
Hmm.
So then when you put it all together and submit it for publishing, you already know you're covered.
Hmm. Okay, so
Um,
then with that 3 months, then, so if we're talking about August, then she will, I need to understand what her timeline looks like. And so we're still pushing about March really for me to be done.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Geez, that's next month.
Mm-hmm. Time
It's
is
like,
flying.
it
And
is
like the
long.
first quarter of the year always flies by. So,
Mhm.
it's one of those things, which is why, I was kind of stressing it during the December planning, is like, no, we have to stop doing in planning. We got to just plan.
Mhm.
Because once
Right.
January hits,
Mhm. Yeah.
and for you to stay on track for the
Mhm.
rest, you
Yeah.
know?
Mhm.
So that's another good question. Like, what is her turnaround time?
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. For initial draft, for the review,
Hmm.
and the final.
Hmm.
Because she is designing, I want to have her, well, she will design if we go to contract, look at me, sound all professional, we go to contract. If I get back with her, because my copyright people and my coach said it's
That
good.
part.
Right. So designing the outside and then of course the inside as well. So
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect.
So they're just the edges. Okay. Yep. So timeline is going to be really important to understand. What is she already committed to? What is her
Mhm.
timeline? Okay.
And do you know how many images on average or approximate that you would need her to actually do?
No, I hadn't gotten that far. I have been having a hard time trying to figure out what the inward parts of it will look like
Hmm.
to bring like the full regal elegance of what the outside will look like.
I would ask her feedback. So,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Not now that I have someone. Yeah.
yeah, and see what she suggests and thinks, because
Mhm.
again, you need they can only any vendor can only take you as far as you have clarity.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so it is business at the end of the day, and most vendors are going to push you maybe to buy more than you need. It's kind of like
Right.
the server at the restaurant. We suggest you pair this with, and you're like, no, I don't need all that. I just want
Mhm.
this, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
you do need to, I would take that to the prayer closet as well.
Mhm.
Um, I would read through it, try to, do it yourself. Um, as if you are one of your clients that would be using it, and see
Mhm.
what comes up for you, because that is the best way to identify edits, changes, impact, all of that. Um, so that you can give her clear guidance.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, yes, it's a devotional, but does it really need illustrations in the inside? Or does it just need the cover and the paper edges so that on the 360 outward view, it is glorious and beautiful? Or does it just need lines for reflection?
Oh, yes, yes. Okay, so then to answer your question, it doesn't need a ton of images, because there's going to be the teaching, and then there'll be, the scriptures, of course, and then the prayer, and just a few lines, not probably maybe about these amount of lines just for reflection, because that also takes it away from the journal, although it's the transformation workbook that is a journey and then gets us more into the book as opposed to the journal, which also helps to reduce the cost.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk through that. I mean, because you can always have various iterations. This first iteration doesn't have to be your final.
Right.
What
Yes.
does it look like for it legit to just be pretty on the outside and words on the inside, not even lines? I can get another journal to journal myself in until
Mhm.
you come out with the workbook.
There we go.
So like we're
Got it.
reducing our costs. And I bring this up just for an
Mhm.
example with my planner. The first iteration, I created like hand put together myself, every one I sold. I loved how it looked, right?
Mhm.
There were amendments to the second version. The
Mm,
second version is more impactful in the inside. I don't love the outside. There
mm,
will be a third iteration where both are to my satisfaction. But it took me going through this process to figure out, okay, I don't want to hand make these anymore. Amazon, you got it, right? And now working through Amazon, I know your shipment time takes way too long. I'm not here for this. Let me go to the next. And so, with that being the case, what if it looks like the outside's just pretty? The next iteration, the outside and the inside. The next iteration, she's doing the devotional and the workbook.
mhm,
So, there's potential for futuristic work together, definitely.
mhm.
But to cut your costs and overhead, this version, because what if once it comes out and people are working through it and giving you feedback, you're like, I want to make some changes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then we've gone all in on the inside and the outside.
I
So
love
put some
that.
thought into that.
No, 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 no thought needed. I received that 110%. So even like, so you know how originally I was going to do like the magenta or like the deep purple and the leather bound. So this is very exaggerative, but this was like, how can I go ahead and make this a book minus the O-ring as version one? Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
so this was like something that I came up with. So it's basically like a similar overlay, but then what I would do is like shrink that,
Mm-hmm.
like the outside.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is what the the binding will look like.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it'll be bound in that spiral.
Right. Yep, bound that spiral.
Okay.
Just thinking, and I was literally thinking about this is V1. And so I love the idea, just the words. The workbook can come later. They can journal outside of it. They're going to be more concerned about what's the transformation process look like.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, because you are using this as a, I don't want to say lead gen, but lead gen,
And
right?
absolutely, yeah, yeah.
And so I always say for, our perfectionists out there, to perfect is an action verb. That means we have to do something, make
Mm,
changes, and
mm,
do it again for it
mhm.
to be perfect,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And actually implement it into real life.
Mm,
So the fact that you have these speaking engagements lined up,
mm,
taking people through it, getting their feedback,
mm,
curating ambassadors of this devotional,
mm.
right? So the next iteration and or the next the because I keep calling both of them devotionals, but you had the CEO reset and then you had the devotional version. So whichever
Mhm,
one we're publishing first, or are we
mhm.
trying to do both of them simultaneously?
So originally it was going to be the leadership, but now, like, because of where I'm at personally, God's giving me the download for the devotional. So it's going to be the devotional first.
Perfect. There we have it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my note to myself. Let me highlight this for us to also keep talking about um ecosystem. Okay, for us to talk about like the intersection in your ecosystem, because I had a
Mhm,
call earlier today and I was talking to her and I'm like, people are business, right? And so
mhm,
your lived experience helps you people better.
mhm.
And your people that'll be attracted to you are, as I call you guys, at the intersection of corporate and calling. And
Yeah.
so you can still use your devotional from the
Mhm,
stage, right? Because
yeah.
these are the people
Mhm,
that also have this foundation
mhm.
but are creating this AI new foundation,
Yeah.
this new whatever, right? So
Mhm,
you're that intersection of the two.
yeah.
So I think it still works because again, your avatar is the same person. You're just catching them at church and the other virgin at work, right?
Right.
So
Yeah. It's so
it
good.
works.
I want to read to you what a friend of mine shared with me because I got a chance to last Friday to spend some time with her over the phone and read to her what was going on. And it confirms what you just said. She said, I just wanted to tell you how incredibly proud of you. And this is a whole, like, almost run-on sentence. It's a little bit of punctuation. I just want to tell you how incredibly proud of you I am. I absolutely love what you're doing. I love the momentum. I love the drive. I love the vibe. I love the power of the Holy Spirit in you and through you and on you as you break off generational curses that have held people back for such a long time. I love that you are claiming space both spiritually and in the business world and how your voice is clear on the call around the world. I don't even want to say, so you're going to I don't even want to say like, so you're a specific little spear. I think your voice is meant for the whole entire world to hear. And I think you're going to be amazed and humbled at all the crazy things that's gonna do or that's gonna happen. And how God's gonna what's gonna do and answer you because you said yes and because you said, okay, I'm going to make myself look like a fool if I have to look like a fool. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to go for it. And you're completely supported. What amazing angels accelerating, protecting, making sure that you're on the path you're supposed to be on. So I just bless you. I love you. Awesome talking to you yesterday.
Yeah,
So total
I
confirmation
said
of what you're talking about. Hmm.
yeah,
And
that's
literally that day I was in a business meeting that we were dedicating our businesses. I was attending it online and he basically rebuked business leaders that don't tell people that they're Christians. Not to like broadcast it into like, but like in throughout relationship,
mhm,
someone should know who you are and what you stand for.
true. Very true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Agree. Because I tell people all the time, I'm hood and I'm holy. I'm spiritual and I'm Christian. And I accept all of those who believe in a God, right? We don't have to believe or call him or her the same thing, but you have to believe for me to be able to work with you because you have to believe in something you can have never met before or seen physically in order to create a new reality. Because
Mm,
if you don't have a belief system, there's no way you're getting to the other side. Um,
right.
and so I listen, because otherwise what are we doing? What are we doing?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
I'm wasting your time and you're wasting mine. So I 100% agree with him.
Yeah. Like the smile just came over my face. I don't know if you saw like a different type of smile, but it was just remembering Anthony and being grateful for Anthony that day. Is like you need to talk to
Oh,
me.
on the bus. Yeah, I
You're
know,
on the
right?
bus. Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, wait, what are y'all talking about?
Right.
No, but yes,
Mhm.
definitely. Definitely. Because I mean, it's full circle. I love my heart is definitely for the multi-passionate because we really make the world a
Mhm.
better place in general, but
Mhm.
we also create the
Yeah.
next, right? And
Mhm.
because we're multi-passionate, we're conditioned to hide and shrink and,
Mhm.
just navigate through the system when you really are meant to be the blueprint. So
Yeah.
it takes a lot of clarity and courage to step out there. So I'm just glad you were talking to him and sharing the things so that he can point you this way so we
Yeah.
can get you to the next.
Yes. Yes. On the other side, love
Mm.
it. Hmm.
Okay, so this is good, good stuff. I'm excited. So what is your time? Have you finished writing?
No, I have not finished. I would say I was thinking that I was going to be finishing in March. Um,
Mm.
well, actually, no, that's not accurate. What I thought either today or yesterday was that I would like buckle down in April, May, thinking 48-hour book and thinking from at least 3 months or not even three. That wouldn't have been realistic. So at least April. So that way I could turn it over to the illustrator. But now it's just the cover, so she doesn't have to be in my stuff.
So you could get that immediately. And also,
Right.
I mean, I know you like her,
Oh, well, listen,
all
come
the
on.
things, but Bree is currently, doing her book thing.
Mm,
And let me see if I can find the link. So basically, she set a price and she has all of these people creating the front and back covers for her book and submitting them for her votes and her feedback. And they've come up with some awesome stuff just based off of her initial just brain dump to them. Okay, here we
mhm.
go. Let me see. So this can be a possible price comparison for you. Drop it in the chat.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Oh, that's right. I do remember 99 Design she was talking about.
just share my screen real quick to just share some of
Okay, wait,
the
hold on. Gotta get back to this one.
answer.
Okay.
They do front,
Oh,
back. The same
nice.
person that she chose. Oh, she took some of them down because I guess these are the ones she chose. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the person she chose is also gonna do her interior. Yeah, so these this is I'm assuming the one she chose or the
Mm-hmm.
same person. Yeah, this is the same person up here, and this is the same. And these are two different people. I don't know, girl, but there were more options in here before.
Mm-hmm.
But she gets the oh, here we go, the deleted ones. And go.
So I'm gonna add you as well.
Me for what?
I'm gonna add you as a viewer as well.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
You see my brain is in slow motion. I'm like, what is happening? Come on. Anyway, the moral of the story is they gave her some great options, like some
Hmm.
really, really good options.
Nice.
And I was like, friend, I can't help you narrow this down more than seven. Like I
Hmm.
was trying to get to three, but it's seven.
Because
So
they were that good.
they were
Wow.
that good to me. So
Now,
yeah, that's
how does she go about her brain dump?
so let's see if that's up here. She gave them a brief.
And then is her book already copywritten?
No, she just finished her edits today.
Oh, good for her. Come
So she is,
on.
that's her next step. So
Okay.
in the brief, she just gave her bio, demographics, what is really a generic thing about what it's about.
Okay.
She wants
So
a
she didn't go,
paperback.
sorry, she didn't go into any details like within the book.
No specific, just
Mhm.
here we go, her briefing. Too many high capacity women living, da da da. Basically like what would be on the back of the book.
Okay.
Um, did she tell them? Yeah, she just gave them basically what would be on the back of the book. I know she does have some illustrations for the inside of the book. Um, but I guess she talked to them about that after the fact. So they did not know what was in the inside of the book at all.
Oh, and then you can add like what you're inspired by.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So she did give them like color profiles. She gave them details like, she went to Bridge.
Mm.
Um, so yeah, you can give them like that stuff. Yep.
Okay. And then obviously no concern about them taking it if they didn't get the job because are they contracted
Yes,
to?
it's through the site, yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's what I was asking. Like what did she really? Okay.
Yeah, so that is an option as well.
Hmm.
Just to make sure, you
Rounding
get
it out.
what you want, you
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
for the price that you want to. So, there's that. Do, 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 do. Yeah, and just based on what she gives you back, time. Oh, no, no, no. Well, timeline and all that, then you can say, I'll just get back to you. No rush to make a decision there for her to send you, like I said, the pricing menu so you can see the things, make sure she's legit. But as far as you finishing end of the month, because you told me it's just 30 days.
Well, you know what? So funny enough, after this morning, I was like, Lord, I'm like, is this longer than 30 days?
Well, you originally, in my recollection, said 365. So that's why I was giving you grace. And then I asked, and you're
Oh,
like, no, it's just 30. And I was like, okay, we can do
that
this.
that was a faux pas then, because I from the beginning never intended a
Be
year.
365. Okay.
Mm-mm. However, and I'm not saying I didn't say it. It could have just really been a faux pas because I've been known to do that before.
All right.
Um,
I'd be like, oh, maybe that's what God wanted me to do because that's not what
right.
I wanted to do.
Exactly. And I didn't realize it. Whew. Okay. All right, yeah, so I got some really good questions. Thank you. Some homework. All right. And so there is a vendor application available for the Epic Women's Conference, and so I'm gonna apply for that so that way I can hopefully the book will be in hand. If not, then there will be some merch with a pre-order available. Very, very worst case scenario. So, and then of course working through what that customer journey will look like. So,
We can definitely talk through that because if anything, it's like just as I say, getting them in your Weeble web, right?
hmm
I mean, your contact information,
hmm
and maybe even just part of the campaign is pre-sales so that we're not expending any unnecessarily money,
right. Yeah.
right?
hmm
Especially with the transitions you have going on, you have
hmm
moves coming up. We know
Yeah.
the environment that we reside in right now. So
Right.
that could just literally be a campaign.
hmm
Um, and so by the time you get it out there, you do the thing in the fall, like not even Black Friday, but like pre-Black Friday,
hmm
preparing for New Year's resolution, get your life together type stuff.
Agree.
Take December because most people have a lot of that month off. Walk through
hmm
the journal with me
Yeah.
or the devotional with me. I mean, walk through it with me. There's 31 days in December. Let's hit it, right? And it's a 30-day devotional.
hmm Yeah.
So
I
we
love
can
that.
talk through what that timeline for the client looks like based on the things that you have lined up,
hmm
publications, padding in case,
Yeah.
um, and really talk through that. But with that being said, all things will go once you finish writing.
Agreed. Yeah. So, February is a very light from a work perspective. I just go to Toronto just for a night, going to the Raptors in the San Antonio, yeah, Spurs game. Um,
Nice.
March is gonna be a little bit busier, so I'm gonna be gone for a couple of weeks out of the month. So I'm going to Dallas, and then from there, going to Vegas. Are you going to Women of Power?
No, I'm not.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so I have a work conference and in that at the same week. So I'll be gone for 2 weeks.
But
Um,
March isn't even an option because she needs, well, anything copyright needs to be March, April, May. And
mhm,
then in case they return it or things happen, because they are part of furlough too, just FYI, even
mm,
though normally they work through furlough because they have their own budget,
mhm,
but they're
mm,
federal. So
mm.
padding July, like,
Okay.
so we kind of just need to push through for February as
Okay.
much as possible. If
Mhm,
anything, you're rereading your own things
mm,
to do edits or whatever you want to do that
mhm.
first week of March. But
Okay.
like it needs to be finished this month.
Mhm. Hmm. Okay. Well, good thing it's only the third. There's 28 days.
Mhm.
So, okay.
Could you possibly do 2 days a day or at least 4 to 6 days a week?
So I am writing every day, but I'm writing from the perspective it's prophetic. It's the prophetic downloads that I'm getting.
Okay.
So I have been spending for the past couple of days like 2 hours with the Lord each morning.
Okay.
In prayer and reading my Bible and studying. And but in that I'm like trying to be really good about like not making my time about the book. But then like I also like hear him telling me like I'm giving this to you. Um so f- that's 14 hours. Even if it's half of it, it's 7 hours. So yes, to answer your question.
Okay. Because what I will say is that for visionaries,
Mm-hmm.
not always, but 85 to 95% of the time, what he gives us in this season isn't for this season.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're high achievers, we push go.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally just talked to my therapist about this today because I was like, "Look, listen, I had to learn over and over again, and I finally got it for
Mhm.
me specifically.
Yeah.
Um, because I was telling her I started doing my personal becoming. I had a conference plan, I had my pitch to Porsche, all the things ready to go and hit fire. And I'm legit on like day 2000.
Mm-hmm.
I had to slow down to speed up. It wasn't ready to go then,
Yeah.
right? had to go through that. So your prayer time and what he's giving you now,
Mm,
is that for now? Do you feel
yeah.
it's for now? Or is it for your preparation for next?
Mm-hmm.
Or is this devotional something you've already been prepared for?
Yeah, this is what I've already been prepared for, but even still, what you said is really important because um I need to ask him about timing because I'm just intuitively receiving and I didn't partner with him on timing.
Okay.
Um, to be specific.
No, I'm here for this because even,
Mhm.
we are, that's another lesson, good for being like, this is what it's gonna look like,
Mhm.
enforcing some things. So go back and
Yeah.
talk to him about it.
Mhm.
Maybe the devotional isn't the lead gen for the fall. Maybe
Mhm.
it's legit just getting them in your we were with.
Right.
Follow me here.
Yeah.
Let me build out your CRM of contacts and names and things. And maybe they just get an email a week or
Yeah.
an email a month, keeping them in your web until you're ready, priming
And
them. It doesn't
and
have
maybe
to.
it's the teaching as opposed to the book because like this is something that he gave me on Sunday. And it was out of me looking at Proverbs 14 and it talked about the fool and how they're self-confident. Well, for me, I equated that to pride. And when we're prideful, we can have presumptions. And David appealed to the Lord each time for his battle strategy. And then this is what the Lord asked. And it was like me scribing.
Mhm.
Um, what's what's the leaven in your confidence? A little leaven leavens the whole lump. Is it truly the Lord, or is it the strength of your own hands? Only the Lord can judge. Only his weights are just. Our hearts are deceitful at best. Open up your hearts and let the King of glory come in. Who is this King of glory? He is a Lord strong and mighty in battle. Let him in. Handwriting's a little jacked.
I understand. That means it was getting good to you. You were
Right,
like,
right, exactly. Let him in, inspect his house and his temple, and make it a home. I was like, literally, like I'm hearing Luther, his make a house a home. And then my prayer was, Lord, come in, Lord, and take this throne and make your house a home. And don't you know that's exactly what my pastor preached on around
mm,
identity. I just happen to feel the need to bring this, and I never bring it with me. It stays home. And look at what,
something, trust the journey.
yeah. And so, but yeah, so I think that some of it, a lot of it is things that I've already walked through. It's still life, but it's when is the season to release it
Mhm. Well,
in book form.
it, to that point, and
Mm-hmm.
I asked the clarification in that because if it's we've already walked it, then
Mm-hmm.
it's time to release. But
Mm-hmm.
maybe the downloads we're getting now are preparation for
Mm-hmm.
the next iteration, the next continuation. Maybe it's a full out teaching book, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
spend.
when I say downloads, I mean like literally like the so not me, but receiving the scribe of it.
Mhm,
So like even with my piece, Daughter of the Most High God,
mhm.
I was literally like writing because I
Download,
just yeah, full download.
yeah,
Yeah.
download. So and just really taking time to go back and read. Go back
Mm-hmm.
and read some old stuff too, because a
Mm,
lot of times he already gave it to you. The answers are
yeah.
already there,
Yeah, that is true.
and we're just used to downloading and not going back and reading.
Mm-hmm.
And because in the moment we receive it, but our memories, different story. So just take some time, talk to him about timing, but
Mm-hmm.
also go back and read some of your old things. Because
Mm-hmm.
again, you had the vision then, and it could be for releasing them now. And so you'll be like, oh, the whole devotional's right here in like my old journal. I don't even have to
Right.
think about this. I don't even have to write daily because it's right here, right?
Mhm.
Um, because it could have been something that guided you through a time that you were experiencing what you want to help people go through
Yeah.
now, right?
Mm. Yeah, that reminds me, it was one of the girls you were talking, you said something similar when we were doing Plan to Win. Or no, I think it was oh, it was Dr. Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, okay. This is really good.
So you might not have to like push through the month because you
Mm,
might already have it. But just take
mm,
that time, sit with
yeah.
you, sit with him,
Mm-hmm.
and don't feel the pressure to push it or birth it just because things are lining up time wise. We
Mm-hmm.
can still capture these people. We can still talk about out of the box opportunities for
Mm-hmm.
you to get them in your web
Yeah.
for the perfect time. But we also, it is a fine line with us as visionaries
Mm,
and spiritual leaders and light workers of disguising our whispers of doubt that nobody else hears with timing, right?
mm,
So we still want to work through, push through, birth through,
mm-hmm.
because birthing process is not fun. Okay.
Mm,
And we can get off our timelines, which delays the purpose that
mm-hmm.
we've already been shown
Yeah.
because of the birthing pains. But at the
Mm,
same time, we don't want to force the baby to come before its time also.
right.
So sit
Absolutely.
through that, work through that,
Mm-hmm.
um, and we will continue to just make sure that it is you are walking in obedience.
Mm-hmm. Amen. Amen. So good. Thank you.
So we got 3 minutes, questions,
Mhm.
ahas, next steps.
I feel invigorated. I feel excited about like what God is doing, about the insights that you shared, the clarity that I've received on the call. And you're right, there are I remember a couple years ago looking at, my writings, things that I've pinned to myself, my notes, and I'm like, there's been a scarlet thread the whole time saying the same thing. And so, you know, now with my new roar that is louder, that authority, knowing who I am, I can just go ahead and refine the language that's there and then really sit with him to see whether or not these new things are for the next, because there could be that version too, right? Because there are levels to maturity, even in identity, surrender, and all the different other thresholds that we're taking the women through. So I think we talked about too that when we have books in us, and
Mhm.
there's series in us, and so being able to have a clear delineation of what's what. So you've given me a lot to consider and to pray through.
And also just know, like, someone told me once upon a time, you will evolve and so should your business.
Say it
So
again.
there's
You a what?
should evolve and so should
Mm-hmm.
your business. So there's
Yeah.
always going to be an evolution of things,
Mm-hmm.
right? So as you evolve, your client will too, because they may be 3, 10 steps behind you, but they're trying to get to where you are. And as you evolve, they
Mm-hmm.
will too. So again, it's those things that you've lived through it, so you definitely can execute it. You can teach,
Yes.
guide it, whatever the right. So again, if you're processing through it now, it's
Mm-hmm.
okay for that to be a next for them. It
Mm-hmm.
is your now.
Yeah.
So just remembering that the evolution is there, nothing is ever wasted. Um, and so just making sure that you have the confidence, clarity, and courage to guide them through where they are
Mm-hmm.
while you're still evolving.
Yeah.
You're so funny. Okay,
I did
girl,
the
I
full
got
one. Wait,
it.
the end. Thank you,
I
ma'am.
gotta go.
Okay. All
You have
right.
a good one. I'm gonna
Thank you
send you the
too.
replay and all the
Okay.
things, and we'll talk soon.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. Take care. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.